Welcome back to Sam and Ham. This is Sam.
And this is Ham. And today we're going to be trying out a new format.
This is Tried and True or Go Homebrew, where we're going to try to recreate a famous person or character in two ways. First, we'll be trying to use official sources, and the second, we'll be using Homebrew.
Then we compare the two and see which one's more accurate or more fun. And for this first episode, because I won a very high-stakes game of rock, paper, scissors, I get to choose who we build first. And of course, I choose from Sam's favorite franchise, Star Wars.
First off, when did we play rock, paper, scissors? I don't remember this.
You were a little sleepy.
A little sleepy?
Yeah.
Is this rock, paper, scissors against my will?
We're going to be building Obi-Wan Kenobi.
But first, we need to talk about this rock, paper, scissors thing.
Nope.
So we're going to need to list out exactly what our character can do. Can't make a build if we don't know what we're building towards.
Very true. The first thing we need to be able to replicate is his skill with a lightsaber. Of course, D&D doesn't have lightsabers, but we can use a sword in its place and try to make him as good with it as we possibly can.
Second, we need some, like, Star Wars-y stuff, right? Like, they use the Force. I think, like, telekinesis is a big one. Like, that pull-push thing is a classic.
You do know a Star Wars trivia or two. They do use the Force pusher pull. And I think those are both pretty mandatory. But some of the other stuff we're wanting to try to incorporate if we can is the ability to block projectiles, because they block stuff with their lasers, with their lightsabers. Some kind of mind trick, you know, these are not the droids you're looking for. And he's pretty quick, and he doesn't usually wear armor. I know he does in some media, but in the movies he doesn't.
You think that's enough to go on?
Sure, hope so. Let's see what we can come up with.
So our first tried and true method, we're going to start with a variant human, making sure that our dexterity and wisdom are our highest stats. Our feat is going to be telekinetic. It lets us use mage hand, and as a bonus action, we can push or pull people.
That's a pretty good one. For the background, we're going to go with Acolyte. He's a Jedi since he was young, and he's still a good member of the Order. This gives us insight and religion for our skills, which both make sense.
And then for class levels, we're going to need 7 levels of monk. So if you were hoping to, start out baby with this,
no, we start off strong.
We need 7 levels of monk.
Yeah.
7 exactly, no more, no less.
Exactly.
This gives us a ton of features that we want, like unarmored defense. That speaks for itself. We're also going to need patent defense because apparently
patent defense.
Yeah, I just said it, didn't it? So we're also going to need patient defense because that sounds like something you have gone on and on about. I know nothing about Star Wars lore.
Yeah, he's a defensive fighter because he's a good guy.
Oh, he likes defensive fighting.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Defensive fighting style and Step of the Wind gives us the speed he's known for. And Deflect Missile stands in for being able to deflect those blaster fires. The pew, 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 pew.
Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. Then at level 3, we're going to go with the Kensei archetype. Nothing do or die here, but it makes him better at using his short sword in a couple of general ways. Makes it magic and helps with his defensive fighting style, like we touched on.
At level 4, you could take the alert feat, which is my favorite feat, by the way.
It's a good feat. It's a good feat.
It gives you, like, +5 to initiative. And you can't be startled or frightened. Or no, you can be frightened. You can't be startled. Yeah. So, like, surprises, they're out the window.
Yep.
Like, if you're awake, you're alert.
Yep.
Anyway, that's going to stand in for what I believe is known as Force Premonition. Kind of like a Spider-Man tingly feel.
Yeah, the Peter Tingle.
The Peter Tingle. Level 5 gives us an extra attack, which is always nice. I love being able to attack more than once.
It is great.
And at level 7, we get evasion, which makes sense for a nimble fighter. And stillness in the mind makes it so he can't be charmed or frightened, which I guess also makes sense if you're a master.
Yeah, he is on the council, which of course would make you a master.
You have to be a master to be on the council.
Yeah, anything else would be just unfair.
Exactly.
Oh, and he has slow fall, because that's how he was able to survive the fall in episode 3.
Spoilers.
Oh, okay. People jonesing for spoiler warnings on the 20-year-old movie.
I haven't seen it.
That pains me to this day.
But, from my understanding, there's more.
There is. He is one of the most influential Jedi. He's high level. 7 levels, ain't gonna cut it for old Obi-Wan. This is gonna be a little 10 build. So to finish off the build, we get 3 levels of Sorcerer, which will give him a few more tricks to round out his arsenal.
So the only origin that makes sense here is the Divine Soul, because I don't think dragons exist in Star Wars.
It does not.
It gives us the Blessed spell and Favored by the Gods, which we can call plot armor.
Obi-Wan does have plot armor until it wears off and then he gets one shot.
Understandable. He does not wear a red shirt.
Ow. As for spells and metamagic, here's the breakdown. He gets Mage Hand for Force Shenanigans. Friends to be our mind trick. Blade Ward for defense, and True Strike because nothing else really makes much sense.
Okay, he's got to have Catapult because we can throw things.
Makes sense.
Expeditious Retreat for speed. Suggestion for a kinder mind trick.
It's true.
Fun fact, Friends makes you friends only for 5 seconds?
For a minute.
A minute.
I'd like to think that the, like, the stormtrooper that he said, these are not the droids you're looking for, just like after a minute he goes, wait a minute!
Understandable. I think it was more of a cantrip. You're right. Off camera, he totally remembered it was upset Obi.
Oh, well. It was too late.
Unfortunate. And then also enhance ability.
For Metamagic, we're going to do a Subtle Spell to make the mind tricks go off easier, and Quickened so that you can actually pull off some of these spells in combat.
So that's it for the tried and true method. Let's see if you can do better. What kind of homebrew can we pull into this?
So instead of Kensei, we're going to be going with the Way of the Weave monk subclass. You can find a review of that subclass in the top right of your screen. Basically, it's a third caster for monk, kind of like the Arcane Trickster for rogue, with some very Jedi-inspired abilities. While it loses our Kensei buffs, we gain the following benefits.
We get True Strike, which we can cast as a bonus action. Mage Hand, Blade Ward, Catapult, Expeditious Retreat, Shield, Jump, Levitate, and the ability to make a lightsaber stand-in.
It's pretty cool.
I do like the lightsaber laser.
And at this point, we kind of realized we don't need a multi-class sorcerer anymore. So we just decided to take 3 more levels of monk instead, which also netted us Suggestion, Magic Weapon, and Hold Person. And we also get a feat at level 8, which we can use to pick up the Metamagic Adept feat, so we can have the same Metamagic from before too.
You also end up getting more Ki, which gives you the ability to walk on water, the immunity to poison and disease. That's just a bonus, man.
I mean, technically, he never gets sick in all of the movies.
He also never poops.
Is that canon feat?
I don't know.
I think that wraps up the homebrew. Let's move on, please. I don't want to talk about Obi-Wan taking a bowel movement. So what do you think? Which one sounds better to you?
I mean, to be honest, the homebrew does sound better just because you just get to do cool things. You also get a lightsaber. That's the only real change here. Multi-classing has always been a struggle for me.
Yeah, I think one of the big changes is that instead of having half your features work with wisdom and half of them work with charisma, with the homebrew option, everything goes off wisdom, which just makes it easier.
Yes.
On top of I think it works just better. I don't really think that the multi-class option has a leg up on the homebrew one, and the homebrew one has a few legs up on the sorcerer. So personally, I'd go homebrew.
Homebrew? I think we could get behind the homebrew on this one. Let us know in the comments section down below. What do you guys think?
Is there a better build?
Did we miss something?
I thought about Redemption Paladin potentially, but he strikes me more as a monk.
How far from grace did Obi-Wan fall?
He never fell. That's his shtick. Obi-Wan's a good boy.
Then why does the Redemption Paladin fit?
He redeems other people.
Is that how that works? I thought redeeming paladins had to redeem themselves, not others.
No, that's for redeeming other people.
And that'll be another video. But until next time.
This is Ham.
And this is Sam.
And that's the opposite order, but we'll see you in the next one.
Thanks.